Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew and today we're talking about Jim Ryan again and PlayStation, because Jim Ryan said that if Xbox was to deliver a port for the PlayStation 5 that wasn't quality, that it would destroy the PlayStation brand. Essentially, they would never recover from it. And it got me thinking, like, I'm scratching my head. I'm like, basically, if Xbox uses the full power of the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation can't meet that, and it's like, 1800p and the Xbox is 4K and the Series S is like 1440p, that's going to that's going to damage the PlayStation brand. Oh, man. I don't understand where this guy gets his information from. Everybody out there knows that the Xbox Series X has more power on paper. Everybody knows that the PlayStation 5 has a faster SSD. Everybody knows that the Xbox Series S is essentially a 1080p console. So, how would that... My question is simple. How would that feasibly undermine the PlayStation console if it was actually, if the Xbox Series X was allowed to use its full power? Because we already know that PlayStation pays for parity with other games. Like, we already know that. Why do you think there's so many games out there right now that honestly are like, oh yeah, man, because I mean, there are a lot that are pretty much essentially almost the same as the Xbox. Like, they're literally the same game, the same things. We've actually seen the PlayStation utilize better ray tracing. We've actually seen the PlayStation have higher frame rates on games. We've seen the Xbox ports of some of these games literally held back. Like, literally held back just so that they can run in parity with the PlayStation 5. And I mean, I know there's a lot of people out there, they're virtually the same. Yes and no. Yes and no. I mean, they are pretty dang close to the same, but we all seen what 2 extra teraflops of power could do last generation between the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox One X. I meant the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X. Like, we already seen games hitting higher... I don't know. I'm not buying it. I personally feel like games have been held back this generation already because of the PlayStation 5. They have. It's simple as that. Either, like, the devs are just building the game and then porting it to Xbox. They're not even really doing a whole lot of QA for the Xbox version, and they're just shipping them out the door. And then we got to wait for patches on our Xbox to finally play these games. And guess what? After they get patched, it's no question the Xbox version is always better. So yeah, if and when Xbox owns Activision and the games come out, they are going to be better on Xbox, period. They are going to be better optimized on Xbox. Like, it's okay. It's going to happen. We've all seen it. Like, everybody sits and says the Xbox Series S is trash. Everybody says, it's trash. He's going to hold everything back. That's not the case. That's not the case at all. The Xbox Series S will be the bottom rung. The PlayStation 5 is the second rung up. The Xbox Series X should be the top. Like, that's just how it should work. If you have a more powerful console, that should be reflected in its software. Like, we should be able to see a little bit of a difference, whether it's a couple more frames or 100 extra, like a little bit better resolution or something, or maybe the checkerboard works a little bit better. It doesn't make any sense, man. This is a nonsensical argument from PlayStation. This doesn't make any sense whatsoever. They have literally paid to keep games off Xbox, to keep Xbox held back power-wise, and to pretty much get as much marketing as they can while trying to hold Xbox down. That's not going to be the case anymore. Like, Xbox isn't going to just roll over and die like Sega. They're not just going to get backed into the kiddie market like Nintendo. No, They're going to compete, PlayStation, and that's something that you have to understand. Like, you put out this PlayStation VR 2. PlayStation, you put this out. You overcharged for this thing, and now it's going to fail. And you're more worried about what Call of Duty is going to do, what Microsoft is going to do. Worry about your own products. Worry about your own services. Worry about the things that you can change that are in your control. Because as it sits, unless you've got $69 billion, there's nothing you can say about what's going on with Activision. It's a done deal. Like, Microsoft will own Activision, and there's nothing you can do about it. So all the crying and posturing and trying to tell everybody that, oh, they're going to make the game worse. I don't think that Xbox would go out of their way to hamstring the PlayStation version just to make it look a little bit. No, dude, that's what PlayStation does, man. That's what PlayStation does. PlayStation is 100% all about holding things back and sure that nothing looks better than what the PlayStation does. Dude, I caught on to this a long time ago. Xbox would never do that to you. I don't think they would. I don't think Xbox is out there to hurt anybody or bring anybody down. I bet Xbox would make the best possible version for the PlayStation 5. That just says a lot more about PlayStation than it does Xbox. I fully trust Microsoft for the most part. They've made a lot of promises about getting games out to us in certain times. Whatever. I mean, like, a lot of developers that I like and want to play their games have said they were going to have a game out, and then they've gotten pushed back. I mean, a lot of them. So I'm not going to blame Xbox. I was upset with PlayStation when all those games got delayed in 2021, and then we finally got them in 2022. But for the most part, man, I'm not too mad about that. But to try to take a cheap shot at Xbox, trying to put in people's minds that they're gonna make you a subpar version for the PlayStation 5, knowing damn well that the Xbox Series X is a more powerful console, and you've been holding it back, that's pretty low, Jim Ryan. That's pretty low. And if people do leave your platform for Xbox because of that, you deserve it. You literally deserve it, because you have paid to hold games back for the Xbox community for a long time. So this is your just desserts. This is what it tastes like. This is what it feels like to be outclassed and outpaid for when it comes to something else, man, because you've been holding back Final Fantasy, all kinds of Japanese games from Xbox players. Like, the list goes on and on and on and on. Like, there's so many games that PlayStation that you've held back that people like me, that I'm a PlayStation fan. Like, I've bought every one of your consoles since the very beginning. I love PlayStation, but to hear you talk like this, Jim Ryan, you guys need to bring Sean Layden back and Andrew House, man, because this dude is nuts. Like, get rid of him, because he's going to destroy the PlayStation brand faster than Xbox or anybody else is going to be able to do it. This is nonsense. This is nonsense. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Wow. LOL.